The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
When does the damage from a trade war, when would it become severe enough that, what would the cues tell you, gee, it is time to start looking at a possible rate cut?
So I think in thinking about that question, we just have to keep assessing, evaluating what are we learning from the data in terms of those effects.
And there they go. See, Trump has been really brilliant using this trade war to make sure he gets quantitative easing. He gets QE. He gets a rate cut that will boost this stock market once again going right into the election. That's what he's looking for. This whole thing with the tariffs, he knew he would never get the tariffs, but he could get enough dialogue going with the tariff, get people emotional, where now they're saying, we got to cut rates. We got to cut rates. This tariff is going to be terrible. It's going to be awful. See, that's all he wanted out of this. Because you recall when anytime in history, you go back and look when there's inflation, the first thing you do is raise rates. Because inflation is a cancer on the economy. It always has been. And you got to raise rates because you got to slow the economy down. You got to cool it off. When prices keep escalating, keep going up because of this demand, because rates are so low and people go finance their cars and finance this and finance that, you got to slow it down at some point because inflation is a destructive cancer. It's when consumer prices keep escalating because rates are too low. People can go out and borrow money and keep buying. Now, they say there's no inflation. The Federal Reserve has been lying about inflation forever. They always lie about inflation. I mean, I can remember them lying about inflation going back 20, 30 years ago. They always tell us there is no inflation. Listen.
Inflation, employment. When we're looking at those two things, we don't have any inflation that anybody's been able to point to. Employment, some of the best data we've seen, obviously, in 40, 50 years.
Okay, so how can they say there's no inflation? Nobody can point to inflation. Where? How about the wage increases? That's inflation. Unfortunately, the cost of goods that you buy are going up much faster than the wages. Inflation, for heaven's sakes, they must think we are sitting on the stupid bench. If you take the tariffs and add to the tariffs the increase or the escalating costs associated with credit cards, auto loans, student loans, we just got those numbers, between the two, the consumers are facing a $60 billion a month increase in costs between the escalating costs associated with credit cards, auto loans, student loans, and, of course, the tariffs. And they're saying, oh, there's no inflation. They always lie about inflation. It's unbelievable. The reason why they lie about inflation is not just because of the 88 million people on Social Security. They just don't want to give them. They don't want to give them a cost of living increase. That's one reason. But the other reason, inflation means you got to raise rates. Now, see, they don't want to raise rates. That's the problem. We're so used to zero interest. And when you can borrow money, even at 2.5%, you can make a lot of money in the stock market. And that's what is going on. Now, you would think there'd be a push right now to raise rates to cut the back of inflation and knock it back down when we got this $60 billion increase in cost per month between the tariffs and the credit cards and all that. It's amazing, isn't it? It's just amazing. So if you think about the inflation we're having, Trump, what he's saying is, let's not raise rates. If you recall, he almost fired Powell for raising rates. See, Powell knew there was inflation. And Powell went in as the chair of the Federal Reserve, being independent, thought he was independent. He said, I got to raise rates because I got to cut this inflation. Because the inflation impacts our cost of living. Inflation impacts the cost of doing business, especially for small businesses. Cost of borrowing money. It especially affects the middle class, Main Street middle class, the small business guy, which is the foundation of our economy. With inflation rising, you got to start raising rates, not cutting rates. And you would think right now, I mean, think about it, when Powell increased rates by 2.5% and the market dropped 20%, why such a big reaction? Because we haven't had a rate increase in 10 years. So you raise the rates just a little bit. And Trump said that as a candidate. You raise rates just a little bit in this fake bubble, the market's going to collapse. And it did. Boy, he stopped that quick. As a matter of fact, he almost fired Powell, remember?
I don't necessarily agree with it because he's raising interest rates. I am not happy about it.
Of course he's not happy about it because he's going to run again. He doesn't want inflation on his watch. He doesn't want to bring attention to inflation. He wants to, can you say there's no inflation? He doesn't want to raise rates. Because there's a lot of consequences to raising rates, but there's a purpose. You got to suffer. When he raised rates 2.5% and the market contracted 20%, well, that's the cost of inflation. But you got to suffer through inflation. Remember what happened with Carter, and then Reagan took over. Carter, with Vogler, started to cut the back of inflation. Raising rates started out and went up to almost 20% because you have to get that inflation down. It's a cancer. So if your market is going down, so be it. Let the market go down. The stock market affects only the wealthy. Oh, you in the 401k, don't worry about it because you're never going to get your money anyways. Even if you're up now, you're going to lose your money when the market starts correcting. You'll never get out in time. Doesn't work that way. So you would think at this point right now, Trump and Powell would be out there with an admission of increased inflation, an announcement of raising rates. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Even though it severely impacts our standard of living. As I said the last time Powell did that, he almost got fired. But so what? That's the consequences. See, when you admit to inflation, you're admitting that you're going to have to raise rates. That's what Trump doesn't want. You have to raise rates. And when you raise rates, the problem is consumption slows. And with less disposable income, you have less consumption. But so you need to cut. You got to cool off the economy, or your standard of living is just going to fall apart. But the problem is this. Admitting to inflation is the last thing the president wants Powell to do because it's admitting our goods are less competitive overseas, which leads to a fall in our export sales, which leads to an increase in our trade deficits, which are horrible. Trade deficit is the mother of all evils. Trade deficits increase job losses. 6 million people under Obama lost their job because of trade deficits. And that's the problem, you see, with inflation. You got to fight it. You got to raise rates. And that's what Trump doesn't want. So what's going to happen with all this? I'll tell you.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Thousands of investors trust philsgang.com to deliver the tools and resources they need to invest with confidence. With the Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charts, you have the power to create highest quality, color-coded, easy-to-read charts in just a few simple clicks. Designed specifically for technical analysis and investing, the Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock chart seamlessly integrates and functions on mobile, tablet, desktop, and web devices. Isn't it time you leave behind the old stock research routine, spending hours reading websites, out-of-date newsletters, and magazines? Instead, subscribe to the Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charts and plan your entire investment strategy. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264, and we'll see you on the charts.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1 percentile? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. No matter if the market is up or the market is down, Phil Grandy and his Phil's Gang members prepared for market volatility and making profits.
Cisco in April, we're up 4%. We just got in that in April. Lockheed Martin, we're up now 7%. Facebook, we bought April 9th, we're up 10%. Morgan Stanley, we're up 11%. WLL, we bought April 1st, we're up 19%. And let's take this year, the spiders, the S&P 500, we are up 16%. Apple, we're up 26%. Railroad, CSX, we're up 17%. And at the end of the day, when the market keeps going up and up and up, and you're in that market, you're never out in time. You ride it all the way back down, especially with your 401ks. Let's change that today. 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Let's change it today.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
If you're like me, you don't have time to trade in the stock market, so why not invest in the market? The MV2 stock chart and philsgang.com continue to make me profits in the market. You see, the MV2 is specifically made for those who do not have time to invest, but they have income to invest in the market, and I spent very little to begin my investment journey. It's the easiest stock chart to read, and that's why I spend little time invested in reading the chart. The MV2 simply tells me when to get into a stock and, most importantly, when to get out. I invest in a stock and I don't worry about the investment because I subscribe to the Phil's Gang alerts and they tell me when to take my profits. Yes, it's that easy. Go to philsgang.com or call them 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Joining Phil's Gang was the best financial decision I have ever made.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. This segment is brought to you by the MaxFest 1000 stock charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang, 877-600-GANG. We're every day at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. We post instructions for our portfolio, the gang's portfolio. And whatever number of stocks that you want to be in our portfolio, we have 5 individual stocks. We have 3 indices, which means like the spiders, small mid-cap stocks, IWM, and the semiconductors. And then we have 5 of the best ETFs. When I say best, the best groups, like industrials. That's where a lot of money goes, industrials. A lot of money goes to the financials. A lot of money goes to materials, energy. Every day, our team, we watch these same stocks every day, the same ETFs every day, all year long. Nobody knows these better than we do. And we follow the institutional money, the cash. When to buy, when to sell, when to add, when to run like hell. But the most important thing, when to sell short. With the same ease of buying a stock, we have the same ease of selling it short, so you're making money when it goes down. Something you can't do with a 401k. They don't allow you to do that with a 401k. It's not allowed. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. So join my gang. Try it just for 1 month. And I always suggest, how about the first month when you join, just follow the ETFs, our portfolio of ETFs and our portfolio of stocks, just a small group, and follow the instructions on paper. Don't put actually any money into these. Just follow on paper and just say, I wonder how much money I would have made if I really put money in. I'm going to follow Phil and his team's instructions. I'm going to follow it right to a T. And if you have a question, you have your own personal coach. You just call our support and we'll coach you through it. It's so easy. And for those who want to be very, very active, we have the best trading group, I think, in the country, in the world maybe. Team traders. We're active investors, go every day from 9:30 to 11. It's a classroom environment where we have the experienced people teaching you how to invest. But if you don't have time for that, then just follow our portfolio, the gang's portfolio. It's so easy, and just try it for 30 days, $39.95. You'll be happy you did. I'm going to change your life financially. I can't change your life any other way, but I can financially. You know, it was interesting today. Here's another headline. I always tell you about your 401k, how they're nothing but trash. Graystar, latest company accused of high fees in a small 401k. Excessive administrative fees. The Graystar 401k plan, which holds between $100 million and $250 million in assets, paid as much as $6.2 million in excess fees compared with a similar size 401k plan. 401k is the biggest skimming operation in the country, but I can't convince you that. They spend billions and billions of dollars to convince you, okay, that 401ks are terrific. Just like I can't convince you the stock market doesn't reflect the health of the economy, because everybody on these TV financial shows will sit there and tell you all day long, look at the market, look how strong the economy is. It has nothing to do with the economy. And here's what really gets me, which really grinds me. Here we'll hear them talking about cutting rates now, which is ridiculous.
When does the damage from a trade war, when would it become severe enough that, what would the cues tell you, gee, it is time to start looking at a possible rate cut?
How can you cut rates when you have, they just told us, we have an increase of $60 billion in cost on the consumers in the United States between the trade deficits and the escalating costs on student loans, credit cards, auto loans. That's real money. You got to fight that. Here's what's really funny. I mean, it's amazing. When you raise interest rates, okay, and the idea is to raise interest rates to slow your consumption, because that will still, because now you'll have less disposable income. That means money after paying your taxes to consume with. That means there's going to be less inflation. Inflation is a cancer on your standard of living. You've got to cool the economy, just like Reagan did, just like Carter did. They ran interest rates up to 18, 20%. That's how important it was to cut the back of inflation, because it's a killer, because it affects your standard of living. The consequences are severe. The last thing Trump wants Powell to do is to admit to that we have an increase in inflation. Remember what happened when he raised rates and the market went down? Especially, that's what it's supposed to do. But instead, Trump stopped it. Doesn't want it to go down. He wants the market to go up. See, admitting to inflation is the last thing the president wants Powell to do, because it's admitting our goods are less competitive overseas. That leads to a fall in our exports overseas, which leads to an increase in our trade deficits. Trade deficits is the mother of all evils. The reason why Obama was the only president in history who never got a 3% growth rate is because of the trade deficits. He lost 6 million jobs. Trade deficits are horrible. We got to stop this. Okay, but also remember, it causes less spending. When you start raising rates, there's less spending. That means our economy shrinks even more. But it's what you got to go through. You got to go through some pain. You got to go through some pain to straighten out this economy. It's amazing. The Federal Reserve will always lie and say they got a target of 2% of inflation. Because, again, when they admit to inflation, it's admitting you're raising rates. Admitting that you're raising rates, that means it will cause lower profits with corporations due to high interest rates. Admitting it will cause our economic growth to slow dramatically. So in turn, what happens, it causes companies, investors to cut back on investing or stop altogether, which again kills economic growth. Then panic sets in. But you got to go through it. It's like you got to go through an operation. You don't want it to get healthy, right? You got to. That's what we got to do. But nobody wants to do it, especially the president. He wants to get reelected. Doesn't help us.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere, because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Does your money manager send you an alert when the stock position that you're in goes up or it goes down? Does your brokerage send you an alert to get out of a stock position so you don't lose money? Of course they don't. Here at philsgang.com, we keep all of our members engaged with the stock positions that we recommend. Nobody does that for their clients. Nobody. Go to philsgang.com and become a member to get up-to-the-minute alerts. That's philsgang.com. Stop losing money and start making money with Phil's Gang.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang Radio Show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to philsgang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. philsgang.com and Phil's Gang Social Media, keeping you connected.
Thousands of investors trust philsgang.com to deliver the tools and resources they need to invest with confidence. With the Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charts, you have the power to create highest quality, color-coded, easy-to-read charts in just a few simple clicks. Designed specifically for technical analysis and investing, the Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock chart seamlessly integrates and functions on mobile, tablet, desktop, and web devices. Isn't it time you leave behind the old stock research routine, spending hours reading websites, out-of-date newsletters, and magazines? Instead, subscribe to the Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charts and plan your entire investment strategy. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264, and we'll see you on the charts. Put your money to work. Make your investments pay. Listen to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So we're talking about how inflation, they lie about inflation. The Federal Reserve lies about inflation. And Powell tried to do the right thing when he came in, took over the Federal Reserve. And he wanted to fight inflation. He wanted to raise rates because he knows inflation is a cancer. It's a killer. It kills our standard of living. There's just no question about it. So he wanted to start slowing down the economy. Because the reason why the economy was exploding is because we allowed so much credit. Look at the credit cards. Anybody could buy a car, anybody get a credit card. So people were used in the last 10 years, consumption, all on credit cards and credit. Anybody could buy a car. So now we're at a point that this inflation is even getting worse. And you need to stop it. You got to cut the inflation, but you got to go through pain. It's just like when Baby Bush, he would not let the banks go under. He should have let the big banks go under. Instead of doing TARP, coming in and bailing them out, he should have let them go under, break up their assets among the 8,000 other banks. He should have let the top 10 banks go broke, take their assets, spread it above the other 8,000 banks, and everything would have been fine. Yes, we would have gone through some pain. You got to go through some pain to gain. Don't you? No matter what it is in life. It's no different in the economy. So the market's been going straight up 360% for 10 years, all fake. But but that's good, though, because everybody's making money except for people who are in bonds. People who say, no, I just want to be safe. I want to make sure I keep my principal. Those poor people got killed. Now we're at a point the market has gone up so much, so overvalued. The only way they got the market up here was to use quantitative easing, cheap money, print money, keep throwing it into stock buybacks, and everybody's got their head in the sand of really what's going on. Now here's what's going to happen, just like every other crash. With this inflation, Trump is not going to let Powell admit there's inflation. He's not going to let them do what he's supposed to do, raise rates, because that's the last thing he wants, because he's got an election ahead of him. So he's going to want to raise, he wants to see the market go up. So he'll try to move this market up with another QE. Finally, you watch, he'll force Powell into dropping rates. And talking about rates, listen to this for a second. If the economy's doing so good, listen to this is what really gets me. Listen to this here. They want to cut rates, right?
When does the damage from a trade war, when would it become severe enough that, what would the cues tell you, gee, it is time to start looking at a possible rate cut?
Okay, so rate cut, right? Why are we cutting rates? Well, guess what? Retail sales declined in April big time, right? Here, listen.
Two economic reports. Retail sales down in April. Industrial production down last month as well.
But what do they tell us? What are they telling us?
Employment, some of the best data we've seen, obviously, in 40, 50 years.
Best employment, but yet retail sales are down.
The consumer is still at it, strong as ever.
No, the consumer is as strong as ever if he's a debt slave. A consumer, when he goes consume, he's not buying stuff. He's going into debt. It's not like he's taking money out of his pocket because he got a nice wage increase and he's able to pay his bills and after his taxes and paying his bill, he's got disposable income and he goes out and he buys. But he doesn't put on his credit card, doesn't charge it, or he pays cash for a car instead of financing it for 35 years. So what these guys do, they sit there and they try to take parking space in your head. Oh, boy, the consumer is strong. He is so strong. No, he's not. He's a debt slave. So what happens is, as people keep consuming and they let interest rates stay low and they let them keep consuming so they can say every day what these guys say, how great the economy is. But here we got retail sales are going down, and they're saying the economy's great. People are doing great. Consumers are doing great. Wages are up.
You have happy consumers. Their wages have been rising.
We've seen wage increases, and that's because we do have a strong...
Wage increases? Give me a break. Wage increases, $80 a month. About $80 a month. That's on the high side. Go buy a new pair of Nikes. Go buy a pair of sneakers. Buy a prescription. But I mean, you know there's inflation. Those wages aren't going anywhere. 3.2%, that amounts to about $80 a month, but we got an increase of $60 billion a month in cost, in inflation. So that's why, to make money, we don't listen to any of this garbage, because they're all lying. Nobody's telling you the truth, because it doesn't benefit them to tell you the truth. It only benefits them if they tell you this.
Yeah, we see generally positive consumers, generally healthy companies.
Yeah, healthy companies. They're not healthy. How are they getting their stock price up? Through buying their own shares. Now they call it a healthy company because they go borrow money at low rates and buy their own shares. And these guys say, look at a healthy company. Look at the stock going up. I mean, it's all backwards. So here's what we do. Let's tell the truth. Just like say, okay, I understand why Trump doesn't want to tell the truth about inflation. I understand why he almost fired Powell. He's not going to want anybody out there to know what's going on with inflation, because that means companies are going to stop purchasing stuff. I mean, the economy was slow, but that's how you fix it. Sorry, you got to take some pain. If you got a big cavity, don't you have to go to the dentist? It's going to be a little painful, but aren't you going to be okay? You're going to be better once he drills you, right? It's the same thing with the economy. You got to take some pain. But nobody wants to take the pain. They want to get to the next election. I can't blame Trump for that. He wants to win again. He wants to win again. He falls right in the same trap as every other president. When it comes to get in office and all they think about is winning again, getting reelected. Every senator, get reelected. Nobody cares about the economy, the people. They always want to pretend the economy is great. You can't blame them for that. They work hard to get there. So what do? You got to back off and stop listening to these people for advice. You make a decision on buying a stock based on the biggest institution purchasing power. When the biggest institutions, the hedge funds, the big banks, the big insurance companies, when they're going to buy a stock, like for example Goldman Sachs, okay, or short a stock. Matter of fact, we just shorted Intel. They took money out. The big institution took money out of Intel. We're up 16% by shorting it. The stock's going down. We're up 16%, our members. Our members are up 11% by shorting Caterpillar. Our members are up 18% by shorting Schlumberger oil. Why? Because we watch, and these are the stocks we're in every day. This is our portfolio. Goldman Sachs, 6%, Intel, 16%, AT&T, 3%, Caterpillar, 11%, SLB, 18%. That's just our individual stocks shorting. But you're sitting there with a 401k. You're not shorting nothing. And here's 3 indexes. The Spider Index, ETF, we're up 16%. IWM, Small Mid Cap Stocks Index, we're up 6%. XLF, I think we're up 3%. Industrials, we're up 8% on the. We're up 7% on the industrials. The semis were up 8%. Materials were even. And retail, we're up 7%. So that's our portfolio. We have 5 individual stocks, we have 3 indexes, and we have 5 ETFs. And gold, we also watch gold every day. Gold, we're doing good with gold. Matter of fact, Nugget, we're up 21% by, we shorted Nugget. We're up 21% in return in Nugget by shorting it. It was going down. And what we're going to watch now is GLD. Join my gang right now, and why don't you follow me on GLD, and I'll prove to you in the next 30 days, GLD, I'll prove to you in the next 30 days, you join the gang, $39.95. I'll give you instructions every day, okay, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or at night when you come home, you can do it, and you'll make money on GLD. Don't miss out. It's unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Stop listening to all this nonsense.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG. Call now, waiting for your call. Think about our stocks in January. Apple, we're up 26%. February, 17%. And Costco, CSX, 17%. This is what we do.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Hannah complained of a headache. It was a rhabdomyosarcoma. Within a few days, Hannah was in treatment because we were told that the tumor was very aggressive. And it very quickly became clear that St. Jude was the ultimate place to be. So we've essentially put our lives in South Africa on hold. Incredibly blessed to be here. St. Jude is an asset to the world. The research that is developed here is offered freely to the rest of the medical world. The entire way that the place operates is just to give and to care. I think it's the kind of place that not only stands as a beacon for pediatric cancer, but I think it could teach the world a couple of lessons about how to treat people. And I think if those lessons could be learned, even in their most basic form, this world could be a better place.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Thousands of investors trust philsgang.com to deliver the tools and resources they need to invest with confidence. With the PhilsGang MaxVest 1000 stock charts, you have the power to create highest quality, color-coded, easy-to-read charts in just a few simple clicks. Designed specifically for technical analysis and investing, the PhilsGang MaxVest 1000 stock chart seamlessly integrates and functions on mobile, tablet, desktop, and web devices. Isn't it time you leave behind the old stock research routine, spending hours reading websites, out-of-date newsletters, and magazines? Instead, subscribe to the PhilsGang MaxVest 1000 stock charts and plan your entire investment strategy. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264, and we'll see you on the charts.
877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG. Call now, waiting for your call. Think about our stocks in January. Apple, we're up 26%. February, 17%. And Costco, CSX, 17%. This is what we do.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Yeah, we see generally positive consumers, generally healthy companies. What is it that's got people panicked?
What's got people panicked? What's got people panicked? Everything's great. Yeah, their wages going up $80 a month. That's gone in a heartbeat between their rent, their health care costs, gasoline. Gasoline's up 58% since December. Gasoline alone. You know this. You're out there in the real world. These guys aren't real. These guys that are doing these TV shows, these guys are making $2-3 million a year. They don't get it. They don't understand. And they're reading cue cards. They're being told what to say so that they get even more advertisers. So just think about this common sense wise. Listen, now if you're listening to this, you just came down from Mars.
Inflation, employment. When we're looking at those two things, we don't have any inflation that anybody's been able to point to.
Okay. No, there's no inflation everywhere.
Employment, some of the best data we've seen, obviously, in 40, 50 years.
Yeah, best employment in 50 years, best data ever.
The consumer is still at it, strong as ever. I think
the consumer is strong as ever, right? Now let's listen to this.
Two economic reports. Retail sales down in April. Industrial production down last month.
So industrial production is down because the way it works, if the consumer is really strong, there's demand. To fill that demand, industrial manufacturing goes up. It's not happening. But here's the other thing that has to make you laugh.
People are feeling flush in their accounts, spending more than our income coming in.
So what they're saying is this. Think about it. They're saying the consumer is strong because he can go borrow money and buy stuff. He can go borrow money and buy stuff. And now you got the Democrats who are socialists who are saying, we're going to even make it better for you. Instead of borrowing money to buy stuff, we're going to give you the stuff free. We got 20 of the top Democrats up there, okay? They're not in Washington working. So how are they going to handle the fact that we have a major problem with Social Security? We just got the numbers. In the last 12 months, Social Security went into a hole even further by $9 trillion.
Now it's in a hole by a total of $43 trillion. Nobody's talking about that. These 20 candidates aren't. They're talking about how do we impeach the president? How do we impeach him? You got 62% of millennials are living paycheck to paycheck. Paycheck to paycheck. And all they're talking about is this.
This president has done everything possible eligible for impeachment.
Impeached.
Yeah, so you got our Congress, who we pay, are out there all running to be president. The stupid Democrats, the socialists, the Republicans aren't any better. They're all out there, and they're all telling you, vote for me. The 20 of them are out there saying, elect me because I'm going to impeach Trump. He's no good. Now, how can you say that when you look at the economy, and according to everybody, the economy's booming? But here's the problem. Why is it booming? It's booming because of credit, because you can borrow money to go buy stuff. That's why it's booming. If you take their credit cards away from them, you go deep into a depression. Why do you think Trump is saying to Powell, shut up? Don't tell people that there's inflation, because we'll go into a recession, and from a recession we'll go into a depression. Let's just keep giving people more credit. So what do we do as investors? You can either listen to them, all this gobbledygook, all this nonsense, they lie every day, or you can come and join me, where we don't care about any of the stuff they're saying. All we care about is one thing. I go and I look at my 6 individual stocks in the morning. We monitor them all day long. Goldman Sachs, Intel, AT&T, Caterpillar, and Schlumberger. We've been in those for almost 3 years now. Nobody knows those stocks better than we do. Then we monitor our 3 ETFs, which are the indices called spiders, small mid-cap stocks, and the banks. And then we have another 5 ETFs, the best ETFs in the business: industrials, semis, big tech, materials, and retail. So all we do every day, all year long, is monitor these stocks. About 13 stocks, about 10 stocks, and you got about 3 ETFs, about three indices. So if you put it all together, we're really monitoring all year long. You got 5, 10, about 13 individual stocks. That's it. Nobody, when you just stay with the same 13 all the time, you get pretty good at it. And what do? I designed a chart years and years ago where the algorithms tell me, okay, let's take a look at Intel. Intel was going up from $46 back in January up to about $60. That was about a 20% gain, I think it is. 30% gain. Then it told us on April 24th, the institutions were pulling money out. So our gain made money, our members made money on the way up. And then when it turned red, it told us the institutions were pulling money out. So we wait for the second day, and then we sell it short. And now it's down all the way down to around $44. And Intel, that means we made money on the way down, and we're up 16%. So look, you can either listen to all this gobbledygook that they tell you every day. Oh, and they tell you not to worry about our debt. They tell you we got historic national debt. We got historic debt. And what do they tell you?
Whatever we were worried about, we're not worried about anymore.
No, we're not worried about that. Oh, and don't worry about your stock. You're in a 401k.
You're fine. You don't pay attention to the value of your house every day. Don't pay attention to your portfolio every day.
Nah, why pay attention? You're fine. Don't worry about the national debt. Don't worry about the biggest household debt. Don't worry about the biggest budget deficits. Don't worry about the biggest trade deficit. You're fine.
Whatever we were worried about, we're not worried about anymore.
No, we don't worry anymore. We don't worry anymore. Oh, and by the way, they tell us we can trust them. Really? We can trust you, the advisors?
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
Whoa, wow, that's comforting. The guys that we see on TV and all these advisors, they have no fiduciary relationship with us. The fiduciary relationship ends with themselves. and their partners and the shareholder companies they work for. They don't care about you or me. So isn't it better to try for 30 days, for heaven's sakes? 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Try for 30 days. Just follow us on on these 13 group of stocks that we're in constantly all year. The same ones. We don't change them. So why don't you just try for 1 month, $39.95. Instead of spending money on the market, spend it on yourself. Invest in yourself now. So you monitor this it takes 2-3 minutes a day. We tell you 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you come home from work, after you have supper, and say, okay, what's Phil's team saying about what to do with Caterpillar? Should I add to it? Should I not add to it? And for the first 30 days, do nothing. Just follow it as if you had real money in. Just follow it like you had real money and see how you do at the end of the month. All I'm asking is judge me on our performance and my performance. Or do you want to listen to this nonsense all day long? It's crazy listening to these people. And then you get one bad day, then Varney goes nuts.
What the devil's going on?
What's going on, Varney says, when the market goes down. But gee, when the market's doing great, right, what does he do? He goes crazy. He says, oh boy, nothing like this market. Look, one thing we know about the market, it goes up 70% of the time. It used to go up 70% of the time. Now it goes up between 85 and 90% of the time because they rigged it. And you missed that whole rally because you were in bonds or you were in a 401k. Now you say, well, I'm in a 401k. I got some of it. Oh, really? You know who got most of it? It's the guys running your portfolio because they're stealing from you, because they're skimming from you, because you don't even realize you got 27 hidden fees. And when you go to cash out one day, it's going to be too late. Then you're going to realize, wait a minute, I really got screwed with a 401k. But don't give it up. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang now, $39.95. For the first 30 days, just follow me, the instructions I give you on my portfolio. Do the same thing we're doing. And at the end of 30 days, see how you're doing on paper. You'll convince yourself. I don't have to sell you. 877-600-GANG. Call the gang. Listen to the truth, for heaven's sakes.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dream.